Hello everybody, I hope your weekend's going well. We're going to specifically look just on EOS on this one, okay? We're just going to focus on EOS, nothing else, just EOS, alright? Not even going to look at Bitcoin, just the EOS chart. So as you know, like on this channel, I kind of spotted a market cycle and a signal for that market cycle for XRP, and a lot of us jumped on board for that move, and we've done all right out of it. Now I'm leaving XRP alone and focusing on a few other coins. Some of these obviously not as old as EOS, but I've decided to draw my attention to EOS because if we look at this chart, it looks very much like XRP. I'm not saying it's following XRP. What I'm saying is that the cycle looks very similar to XRP. Excuse me. We've got this giant parabolic high. What was that? $23.50, all the way down to a bottom of about $1.43, and then this was the last year's pump. Everything pumped to that level and came back down again, and then pumped and then came back down, and the March crash back down to essentially like a double bottom area, really, $1.50. So this is different to XRP. XRP didn't behave like this. It didn't form its absolute low around this level. So this is actually a slightly higher low in the March crash, which is interesting to me, suggesting that there is some strength involved in this one, as in like we bottomed out all the way back here in 2018, and actually even with the March crash we didn't take out that low. So what we're looking at now is we're going to see if we can find some form of pattern to for a consolidation. We'll measure the candles, not the wicks, and what we notice is that we have had 2 attempts, and the last one successful, to break out of this descending trend line. This trend line can go back all the way to around about here, I suppose, which corresponds to that rejection point as well. So there is relevance to that. So what this means to me is what's known as an accumulation zone. We're now out of the consolidation zone where we were rejected. Rejection there, rejection there, rejection there, rejection there. A bit of a excited move, and XRP did something very similar to that, so we'll just measure that just from the top. So there, yeah, very similar to XRP, not quite as powerful, but XRP did have a little fake out move when it broke above there, but with EOS the power was less, and I think largely that's to do with the size of this consolidation, which, to be honest with you, could even be bigger than that of XRP's consolidation. Maybe not, but it's very big. So from the top wick to the bottom wicks, call it 94% retracement. That's a lot. That's a real big lot. So a lot of these old coins, these dinosaur coins, are having a bit of a resurgence now. First of all, because they're long-standing, they're more available to people on more platforms. So you could get EOS on pretty much any platform. Is available to buy on any platform. Obviously Coinbase, which is one of the bigger ones, and the interesting thing is that out of the 4 things that are tradable on Bybit, EOS is one of them, but it hasn't helped the price any, and my opinion on that is that it's because we've been consolidating this entire time, much longer than all the other coins. Now I believe we are out of that consolidation phase and we're into what's known as an accumulation phase. Now with XRP, the accumulation phase roughly took about 6 weeks the first time we broke out of it, 6 to 8 weeks. Can't remember exactly. And I was saying this is the area to be buying at, and we trickled along, and then we did our first rally, which was about an 80% rally. Then we reaccumulated again after that one, and that leads us into what we've just seen recently, where it was about 170% rally. So the accumulation zone for EOS, in my opinion, has now begun at this level. This is the accumulation zone officially at this level that we're at right now, effectively being the bottom. So I'm not saying that we're going to move in the same way that XRP moves. XRP has its own cycle, and I'm going to have to study EOS to see its own, to work out how it's behaved in the past. Don't think it's going to be quite as aggressive as XRP, but it certainly is going to make some decent moves, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if we see EOS double in its value by end of January. We are coming out of this now, this is a weekly chart, okay, coming out of this big hard cloud, which is still keeping us down in the accumulation phase. This looks like it's obviously it's dissipating, and if we were to break above areas of $3.50 in January, that will allow us the opportunity to start launching. And once we're above this cloud, which we've not been above before, not since we rallied in the parabolic high, we've not been above this cloud. Being above this cloud on the weekly is pretty bullish. Now if we look at the MACD, we're turning up and moving towards the 0 point here. We're almost there. A couple of weeks, like I say, into January is where I'm looking for these moves to be made across the board with all these altcoins. The alt season, the big alt season, could happen anytime now until January, end of January. That's where I'm looking for massive moves with altcoins. So the idea is to try and pick, the most promising ones based on their long-term chart analysis, and this is one of them, I believe. So we've got to now look at areas of supports and resistances, particularly resistances. So the first area I would suggest would be to see this area here of $5. So we'll move over to the Binance chart now, because we're going to be trading this on the Binance chart. I've set up a bot already for EOS, a trading bot, and it's not just on normal EOS, it's actually on EOS UP tokens. So I've bought EOS UP tokens, and I've got my bot set up ready to go for what I would consider to be some pretty significant moves up and down on side to side, and I want to profit as much as possible on that. So EOS UP is going to be the better choice for me. So we've got levels of resistance already that we can see that are very clear around this level here. So we'll just pop we'll pop this in here. What am I doing? We'll pop this trend line in here, which would be about $3.80. $3.80 would appear to be a resistance already for us. Come on. And that corresponds to quite a lot of areas over the last year or two. So $3.80 is certainly going to be an area of significance. Breaking above $3.80 should allow us to catapult all the way up to $5 and beyond. So what kind of move are we looking for right now to there? That is going to be a 25% move, alright? So that's already quite a large move to be expected. But I'll show you some more interesting things if you've not already noticed. We do have a golden cross taking place here. Although it be quite weak, we have a golden cross on the daily. Alright, so this generally is a bullish indication. Bullish indication of this cross here has been forged by this big pump, breaking out of the consolidation phase for the first time since its parabolic high. So people getting extremely excited, FOMOing in, because it's not just me that looks at charts in this way. Other people do too, and this is exactly how XRP behaved when it broke out of its I'll show you. Let me just show you. Very, very similar pattern and similar behavior in the early days of this change in its formation. So this is the XRP trend line, the consolidation trend line, and you can see rejections here, rejections here, rejections here. And the very first time we peaked our head above it, we went crazy and just did a big move, essentially a fake out. Now this was before March, so this is getting on a while ago now. So we had a big move and then we broke down beneath it and everything crashed in March. So that is the sort of behavior that we're seeing at the moment with EOS, basically breaking above that and having a fake out. Not so much a fake out, but a FOMO really, and then finding our resistance on that trend line there. So another good thing is that when we came back down, we kind of trended down with this trend line, showing as a rough area of support. Now this trend line is always going to be relatively rough and ready because it's kind of over 3 years long, so it's difficult to get it spot on, and obviously the chart doesn't represent it to the T, but there is kind of a rhythm to that, which is good. So it's showing that yes, that it wants to turn this trend line to support, and it looks as though now that we've got the golden cross and we've dumped down into it and essentially held above the 200 exponential and the 50 exponential, that golden cross looks like it wants to remain in place, and that should forge a big move, maybe the move that we need to get us up and beyond this trend line, the 24% move, 25% move that we're looking for to break above that trend line. And that's kind of what we're looking for. Once we're above there, It's not going to be a blue sky breakout, but it should be plain sailing all the way up to around about $5, which would be a 75% move. So that, again, similar to the way that XRP moved. So this is the breakout, this is the accumulation zone, and this was the golden cross that was forged. Again, these are very different, but from measuring it from where we reclaimed the 200 exponential, we moved about a 55% move, and then reaccumulated back down at these levels, and then recently pumped. Now, because XRP has a market cycle, clearly EOS is going to have a market cycle of its own. I would expect that they're going to perform differently in many ways, and alongside their own cycles, the market at the moment is different. The market is clearly more bullish, and we're moving into what could be a very, very good alt season, one to remember. So I think that this next move will bring us up to here and probably beyond, and it could even bring us all the way up to here. Once we've seen this area get taken out and turned to support, and this area met, then we're going to see a very different EOS than we've seen previously. Now, I like these types of charts because there is rhythm to them. We've got clear consolidation, and now we've got what would appear to be accumulation. We've got golden cross on the daily. Obviously, we're going to have golden crosses on all these other time frames. They aren't the strongest. I mean, the 4-hourly has just been forged just over the last few days. Last time we had a 4-hourly golden cross was back here, and this move from the bottom to the top, when it dumped back down into it, that's generally how it works. That was a 50% move there from that golden cross. So we've got another golden cross here. Are we looking for another 50% move now? If we are, then it will take us up to that trend line and beyond. It could take us all the way up to the area of significance, which is the $5, which is about 76%. It's not out of the realms of possibility. I'm not saying that this is going to happen. I'm just saying that this chart looks promising to me. So if we just go back to TradingView for a moment, and the other thing that I wanted to bring to your attention is, and it's not exactly confirmed, and it might take another week, but we have this Ichimoku Cloud cross. The conversion and the baseline are basically level with each other. So provided we don't dump at the moment, and we continue to tick up a little bit further, and again, this is a weekly chart, and I'm not expecting big moves to take place until January, really. That will spark what I would consider to be one of the ultimate buy signals. This stage in the market, now we're in accumulation, breaking above here, which is around $3.40. Once this crosses, that would be great, and the consolidation beneath us, plus the MACD cross, plus the plus the golden crosses on the 4-hourly and the daily. I think we will be looking for something very, very significant to take place with EOS in January. So I'm very bullish on this one now. And again, I'm a very patient trader, so I can set put my buy orders in. I can set my bots up, and I'm very happy to wait on those, because for me the better analysis is done on the longest term time frames. They are the ones that show the biggest moves, and as we can see, we have stair-stepped down significantly. And now I believe we're about to stair-step back up, very similar to the way that XRP performed. So, I'm not a financial advisor, this is not financial advice, but I do very much like the way that EOS is shaping up, and I very, very, very much think that we will be seeing areas get taken out very soon of $5, and then back up to these areas here, $7 to $8, and then beyond. So I'm going to leave it with you there. That is my essentially overview of EOS and why it is the coin that I've just invested in the most as of today. If you're interested in bot trading, they've got links below. But also, if you're trading with Binance already, or you're not trading with Binance, I've got a link for 20% off your fees. So what happens if you use this link to set up a new Binance account? You can have as many Binance accounts as you want to. Use this link, you get 20% back of all your trades for life. So I've got 3 Binance accounts myself. I've got the original one that I had, and then since I've been given this code to give out, I basically referred myself twice. One for my bot trading, one for my spot trading. So it basically means I get money off all my trades for life. So I would suggest you consider doing the same thing, especially if you're doing bot trading. But to be honest with you, any trading, every single trade you do, you might as well save 20% of the fees. It all adds up in the end. So the links are there if you want them below. and these will be 20% off for life. It'll be your account forever. And that, like I say, you don't need to have verification with ID and things like that just to own a Binance account. You can have as many Binance accounts as you like. You just need to identify yourself with picture ID and things like that if you're buying and selling in fiat currency. So I'll leave it with you there, but thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice weekend. Take it easy.